The singular best feeling in fantasy football is when you already have a player that pops off. You picked them up the week before. You were a sharp. You were smart. You went to the waiver wire. You got them. I want to talk about some of my favorite waiver wire stashes ahead of week 2 so you can save your hard-earned fab for another day, for a rainy day. Let's get into this video. And we got to do a little bit of homework, man. Every week we do this. We look at the high-value handcuffs. You scope your waiver wire to make sure some of these guys are not sitting on the waiver wire. I've ranked them here for you guys. Now, the way that I view handcuffs is really simple. It's like, are they on a high-octane offense? And if the dude ahead of them were to get injured, would they be like a 3-down back? Would they be like a legit bona fide workhorse back? At the top, you have guys like Braelon Allen, who he's probably picked up in most leagues, but not only is he a high value handcuff on a run first team, he's going to get some like 2B work, right? He's kind of like a very, very, very Dollar Tree poor man's Braelon Allen. You got Will Shipley. He got fucking blasted. I think he broke his ribs, but he's still the RB2. They haven't put him on IR, so if he gets put on IR, I'll probably switch him out for Tank Bigsby, who's here as well at the bottom of this list. Then you got like Ray Davis for the Bills, Trey Benson, Justice Hill. It's not going to be Keaton Mitchell. Unfortunately, that dream is dead. Blake Corum, Roschon Johnson is actually someone really interesting. I was thinking about putting him on this waiver stash video. Make sure you pick him up, dude, because DeAndre Swift didn't look very efficient. He got a fat ass workload, but he didn't look very good. And I know Roschon Johnson is kind of butt cheeks himself. He's just kind of a guy. He's decent at pass blocking. He can catch a little bit, but not really explosive. Doesn't really bring a lot of big play potential. He's kind of like the David Montgomery. Maybe Ben Johnson wants to use him. I don't know if Manun guy's really ready for that. So Tahj Brooks, I see Tahj Brooks on every waiver wire. He's the backup on a super good offense, right, on the Bengals. I mean, they're usually good. They were fucking trash in week 1, but Tahj Brooks is the backup to Chase Brown. I think he'll be a workhorse. Then you have like Tyler Allgeier. He's getting work already. DJGiddens proved to us he's a workhorse. I have him on this waiver stash video a little bit later. We'll talk about him. Bhayshul Tuten, probably Bhayshul Tuten, if I'm honest, man. I might even move him up there. Just keep that in mind. Kareem Hunt, Kendre Miller, who's a little bit involved, looked pretty good. Let's get into the video now. We're going to talk about some of the waiver stashes. We start this video at the top. These are ranked in descending order. Obviously, if you need a running back, if you're super running back needy, just go for the running backs first and then wide receivers. But I just think these guys have a lot more potential. It's kind of a dog shit week for running backs at the moment in terms of waivers. But that's why I want to pick these guys up now before some shit goes down, right? Because next week could be a really good waiver wire for running backs, right? All it takes is some injuries. Nobody got fucking injured last week. So we're going to talk first about Kayshon Boutte. I made a dedicated video yesterday about him. You guys can head over and check it out. I have him as the start of the week. 7 targets and 90 yards in 3 of his last 4 games. I've never seen Wan'Dale Robinson and Pop Douglas in the same room. That's the same person. Pop Douglas is not somebody who's going to be a big-time player for this Patriots team. Stephon Diggs, he's 105 years old, and he's coming off an ACL injury. He was still involved as kind of like a possession receiver. I view him as like Keaton Allen, right? He's just going to get the underneath stuff. Kayshon Boutte was getting a lot of downfield stuff. The chemistry with him and Drake May is looking phenomenal. He's somebody that I'm really excited about. Listen, guys, I dropped like 20 fab on him. I am down horrendous at the moment. I'm starting him this week. I have to. Then we have Malik Washington, next guy. Look, man, I've been harping about him now for about 2 weeks. Vibes are horrendous with Tyreek Hill. Jalen Waddle, anytime someone opens a window, he gets injured. You know, he opens a jar of pickles, he gets injured. The dude just cannot stay healthy. And Malik Washington, believe it or not, man, last week, he had more routes run than any other player for Miami. No other player had more routes than him in week 1. Same amount of targets as Jalen Waddle. They both had 5 targets. Tyreek Hill's, as I mentioned, he's frustrated. He might Antonio Brown CTE any day now. So Malik Washington, dude, if Tyreek Hill gets traded, he's a full-time player. Even if Tyreek Hill doesn't get traded, he's a full-time player already. Wide receiver 3 for this team. They're not going to be able to run the ball as effectively as they want to. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot. You can put Malik Washington up here in this category with Kayshon Boutte, butt cheeks, dude, booty, butt cheeks. But anyway, we got Troy Franklin next. 6 targets in week 1. Tied for second on the team. 4 receptions, that was second. 44 yards, second. 16% target share, also second. And 59.2 snap share. So the snaps aren't great. Evan Ingram, dealing with a calf injury, already out. Franklin is going to probably be the number 2 guy rest of the season for this team. And it's going to be a high-octane team, man. It's going to be a very formidable team. I know they look bad in week 1. I think they're going to turn it around. I just traded for Bo Nix, so I'm fucking trying to cope and make this happen. But I think they're going to be better. I mean, you guys must agree, right? Like, you guys got to agree that Bo Nix is going to be better than in week 1. Either way, Franklin outsnapped Marvin Mims and Pat Bryant. Pat Bryant only had 4 snaps. So Troy Franklin's the bona fide full-time number 2 wide receiver for this team. Marvin Mims is a gadget player. He's in the same exact role he was last year. We were fucking bamboozled yet again. Jalen Royals is another interesting one. This is super speculative, but you know, Juju Smith-Schuster's a wide receiver too, bro. Enough said there. You know, Worthy's out. Fucking Rice is going to be out for a while. Jalen Royals, man, if he comes back, he's also injured, but supposedly he's close to returning to practice. So if he comes back, he could be interesting, man. He could be somebody that they'd really lean on, because I don't know if Hollywood Brown can be like this high volume guy that he's currently being. So then we got Woody Marks here at the top of this first running back list. Look, Nick Chubb is the starter. The team also said they found some success with Nick Chubb. They're going to lean into that. They got Woody Marks. Fucking all they need is a dude named Matt Boner, and then they'll have all then they'll have all the wiener, all the penis puns. But he's honestly kind of bad. He's not very good. He got absolutely exploded on a blitz pickup last game. The reason I have him here is because I think he can carve out a third down role. Ogunbowale had a fumble, a very costly fumble at the end of last game. Woody Marks might be relevant, man. He might be somebody that's going to play his way into a role. Nick Chubb can get exploded any game, like tear another ACL. I don't know how many ACLs Nick Chubb has, bro. How many can he tear? Like, are they fucking manufacturing ACLs in a goddamn Chinese sweatshop for Nick Chubb? Because the dude has torn every CL, ACL, PCL, Lakers in 5, baby. So, yeah, man, just pick up Woody Marks. You never know, dude. DJGiddens is another one. Clear backup. He stepped into a bona fide workhorse role. I know they were only running the ball, but it seems like if JT were to go down, this is a really good O-line, a pretty decent offense, it looks like. If JT goes down, who he already had a little minor neck injury, came back to full practice, but DJGiddens is going to be one of the waiver wire pickup of the year if JT were to go down. So make sure a guy like that is available. Brashard Smith. Look, Brashard Smith is kind of like the Tony Snell of the NFL. He's really just a third down back. Maybe he can be the next McKinnon. He saw about 13% snaps, but he was just out there running, dude. 0 stats, no targets, no receptions. Our man is Tony Snell of the NFL, so he's just a speculative one. Maybe he becomes something, maybe not. He's like a 7th round pick, so maybe not. Then at the tight end position, we got Keaton and Jake Tonjes. Look, if you're down horrendous and there's no tight ends, he did catch a touchdown already last game, and he actually had a pretty decent PFF grade. He had like an 80 PFF grade or like 78 or something like that. And then Keaton is another interesting one. So last year when like everyone was injured, Mike Evans was injured, Chris Godwin was injured, fucking the whole team. He had a crazy little stretch of games, man, where he had 10 targets, 8 for 100, 9 for 81, and 2 touchdowns. But he was actually playing really well, man. I know they have Ebuka now. They have, Mike Evans is still there, Bucky Irving. But, maybe, dude, in week 1, he didn't really look very good. He didn't really do much in week 1. But nevertheless, man, I think he's somebody that you can pick up just speculatively. This is a team that's going to be throwing the ball a lot. And Keaton is going to be a starting tight end. He ran the routes. He was out there. He just another Tony Snell-like performance. He didn't really do much. But those are the names, man. Obviously, you have your other guys, man. These are just the guys that I think are still available on waivers. Everyone else is probably gone. But just to quickly go over the waiver wire board, you have your Harold Fannons, Jawan, Brenton Strange, Jonnu. I mean, obviously, these guys were probably picked up, right? For quarterbacks, if you're really down bad looking for a quarterback, I think Caleb Williams is actually a decent player to pick up and start this week. Daniel Jones, I wouldn't start him this week, but you can pick him up just for the next week ahead. He has a lot of rushing upside. Let me see. Geno Smith is interesting. Joe Flacco, I'd pick him up and start him against Baltimore if you're looking for a QB. Tua Tagovailoa, fucking hands off. Do we need to see if this Miami offense can actually be a little bit better? But those are the names, man. You have your super, super deep speculative guys like Kyle Williams, Trey Harris. Those are guys, if you have like a super fat bench, you can throw them at the end of your bench to see what happens second half of the season. Maybe they carve out roles. Anyway, that does it for this video, man, for the mustache players ahead of week 2. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you liked it and you got maybe a laugh. Maybe you got some good info. If you guys did get a laugh or some info, I would really appreciate a like. Subscribe down below to catch more of this stuff. Every day, we're pumping videos every single day. There's a Discord link. I'll put it down in the comments. You guys can join. Cool little community. It's growing. We're talking ball every day in there. So you guys can hop in, join the conversation. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.